Hello, everyone. Sufit here. I am here today with Chuck Ticker, who is a mediator focusing on sibling estate disputes. Chuck is also the author of the popular book, Bobby Gets Bupkis, Navigating the Sibling Estate Fight. Welcome, Chuck.
Hi, Sophie. Good to be here.
So tell us, what is the real reason that brothers and sisters, that siblings go to court to fight over their parents' estate? What's the real reason?
Well, they say it's about the money, show me the money, and maybe sometimes it is, but that's not the real reason. They say it's about the family cottage, and who should get it or how it should be used, because it's such an emotional asset, memories of as kids, swimming, fishing, first time water skiing. They say, oh, I'm not going to let my sibling get away with that. you know. They feel that the sibling is financially abused a parent or taken advantage or unduly influenced a parent, so they're not going to get away with that. And sometimes, that's the reason. Um, they typically always say it's not fair, and you can go to court to say it's not fair. I'm not sure how much a judge is going to listen to that argument, but that's certainly sometimes the reason.
But
But
surely that's the real reason. Wait, sorry to interrupt you here, but surely that's the real reason is fairness, right? Like they just want it to be fair, no?
Well, they say that's the reason, and that's what they're saying. It's not fair, but I'm going to suggest that the real reason that they're fighting is
Drum
over
roll.
um, over a parent's estate. Is they've just lost their parent, and they've had this bad relationship with their sibling going back, I suggest, years. And this is just their way to continue the thread, to continue this connection. As bad as it may be, this relationship, they don't want it to end it just because they don't have the parent there anymore to deal with. So they continue
Sure.
this relationship, this sometimes very toxic relationship, by litigating. And that's why they're going to court, because it can't always be about the money, because you always read about these families that are worth billions, and they're going to court fighting over, millions or billions. Like they can't
Isn't
possibly
that
need any
about
more. They can't possibly need any more money. So what's it about? It's not about the money.
isn't that more about pride or ego or something like that with the billionaires?
Well, it could be, but I maintain, in my opinion, is that the real reason is they have a connection with that sibling. There's no relationship like a sibling relationship, and hopefully it's a good one. But when it's a bad one, good or bad, they don't want that relationship to end.
You know what? What you're saying actually does make a lot of sense. You're saying that they want to keep that little tiny thread of connection. Now, do they know this? Do they know that that's why they're fighting? Do they admit it?
Well, I don't know if they would admit it. Certainly not to me as a mediator. I don't think uh, I've had parties admit that, but I certainly see it in the mediations almost all the time where you're just sitting there and sometimes talking with the lawyer saying, what are these people fighting about? And it then, the light bulb goes on and off, and you realize that's what they're fighting about. So, my job as a mediator is not necessarily to be a therapist and fix the relationship, but to get the parties to maybe focus on, okay, how can you get on with your life without fixating on this negative relationship that you may or may not be able to fix? Sometimes, hopefully, they do improve it by settling, but certainly my role is to get them to say, "Oh, look, what are you really fighting about? And maybe it's time. Have you thought about moving on and what tomorrow looks like?"
That is a really, really, really interesting perspective. I would guess that sometimes they don't even know that that's the real reason. You might, as an experienced mediator, you might know that. I'm guessing that they might not always know that. But anyway, very, very interesting perspective on the real reason that brothers and sisters and siblings go to court to fight over an estate dispute. Our guest today has been Chuck Ticker. Chuck is a mediator focusing on sibling estate disputes. He's also the author of the popular book, Bobby Gets Bupkis, Navigating the Sibling Estate Fight. If you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Do you think Chuck is right that this is the real reason that siblings go to court to fight about the estate? Or is it one of the other reasons that Chuck mentioned, or maybe a reason that Chuck forgot to mention or omitted to mention? Leave a comment below. Chuck, thank you very much.
My pleasure.